Oatmeal cookies are great by themselves, but even better when you add honey.
Welcome to Homemade Cooking in Texas. I'm Carolyn Gibson from Dogwood Gardens, where homemade cooking is surprisingly easy, healthier for you and your family, saves money, and tastes great. Come join me today as I share my favorite recipes, and I hope they will become your favorite recipes. And don't forget, like and subscribe to my channel. Today I am making perfect honey oatmeal cookies. They're soft, they're chewy, and they taste great. Since I discovered these Whoopie Pans, I make all my cookies in Whoopie Pans. I don't make Whoopie cakes, but I love these for making cookies. Okay, today's recipe for honey oatmeal cookies. Like I said before, I really like these Whoopie Pans, but you can certainly use any kind of cookie sheet you want to. But it's really important to have a cooling rack. I really like these. And to make it even easier, I like these little mini ice cream scoops. Now they come like in a 1 tablespoon. I'm going to be using the 2 tablespoons. Okay, now I'm starting out with some softened coconut oil, but you can certainly use a stick of butter if you prefer, if you don't have coconut oil or if you prefer butter. I'm adding one of our farm fresh eggs that we from our own chickens, and a teaspoon of vanilla. There's probably about a teaspoon left in this little bottle. And then I'm going to whip these together until they're really combined well. Okay, and now I'm going to add my sugar and blend it in really well. Okay, and now I'm ready to add a 1/2 cup of raw Texas honey. We used to have our own honey. We were beekeepers, but my husband became allergic to bees, and after a trip to the emergency room, we decided to get rid of our bees. But we do have friends that were in the bee club with us, so we have lots of places that we can buy our local raw honey from.
Okay, now when you're cooking with honey, you cannot replace all the sugar in a cookie recipe with the honey. You can substitute up to half of the sugar, and you will need to reduce your oven temperature by 25 degrees when using honey in your recipe to keep it from over browning.
Okay, I finished whipping up my coconut oil, my vanilla flavoring, and my egg here in this bowl. And now I'm ready to add, this is a cup of flour, baking soda, and some cinnamon. So I'll just kind of stir these together. Now I always use a really big bowl when I do this. Not that I need a bowl this big, but it's just that I get flour all over the place, and this just helps. The bigger bowl you have, the less cleanup you're going to have. So I just need to kind of mix this up good. Now I know some people will dump their flour, their oatmeal, everything at one time, and I just don't see how doing it that way gets things evenly distributed. Whereas I think if I put them in here one at a time, they're really going to do better. Of course, it takes a little elbow grease. Now I'm ready to add my oats. Now we buy oat groats and roll our own oats, but you can certainly go to the grocery store and buy rolled oats, whatever your favorite brand is. So I'm ready to add those in there. Okay, now you can use a cup of raisins. Now I really prefer these cranberries. They really add that little tart to it that really gives it an extra zing. Got these pretty well mixed up, and now we're getting ready to put it on our whoopie pan. Okay, now even though these pans say non-stick, I still like to spray them. Now I like to use Pam. I found that even This is really the best. I've tried other brands and they kind of leave a residue on your pans. And I just prefer the pan. Now it's just a matter of taking this scoop out, just sticking them right in there. Now this recipe is going to make about 2 dozen, depending on how careful you are with your measurements. Okay, now we've got them all ready to go into the oven. Now if you notice some of these aren't quite centered up, you might want to move them to the center so that they'll bake a little evenly. Now I'm putting these in a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. Now we like our cookies soft, we don't like hard cookies, and 10 minutes is about, for my oven, is what it takes to get the cookies done but yet keep them soft. Okay, now we have our cookies on our cooling rack. Now I find when using the Whoopie Pans, you might need to let the cookies set in the pan for 2 or 3 minutes before taking them out so they'll hold together. Okay, now I've got my cookies on the cooling rack, but there is something that you need to know about using these Whoopie Pans. You're going to need something to kind of go around the edges when you're lifting them out. And these little spatulas are just great. Otherwise, you're going to have to probably use a knife, which might scratch your pan. But we really enjoy these. I mean, you could make some sandwich cookies with some cream filling. You can soften some ice cream and make oatmeal ice cream sandwiches. They are just really good. I hope you and your family enjoy them because they taste great.
Okay, are you ready to make some oatmeal cookie sandwiches? Now, of course, you need to wait till your cookies are completely cooled. You need 3/4 cup of butter, 3 cups of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, and maybe a little more, and 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. You're going to beat your butter on high until it's creamy. Then you're going to add your sugar and salt and beat on medium speed for another 1 to 2 minutes. Then you're going to add your heavy cream and your vanilla extract and beat 2 to 3 minutes until it's all nice and fluffy. Now you're going to spread a little on the bottom of each side of the cookie and then join together. Now if your filling seems to be a little too thick, you can add, 2 to 3 tablespoons of cream and beat it again. Now you can store these in an airtight container for 2 days, but after that you're going to need to refrigerate your cookies. Okay, now if you want to continue the theme of honey and you want to make a honey cream cheese filling and frosting, you would start with one 8-ounce package of cream cheese, of course, which is softened, 1/3 to 1/2 cup of honey, according to your taste, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to beat these together until they're fluffy. You're going to spread it on the bottoms of both cookies and join them together. Now, because this has no sugar to give it body, it really is soft. So you may need to refrigerate this after you spread them on the cookies to kind of stiffen it up a little bit. Now, if you're trying to half the recipe, you would start with maybe 3 tablespoons of honey. Thank you so much for joining me today at Homemade Cooking in Texas. These are my favorite recipes, and I hope they will become yours. Now, if you enjoy these recipes, please like and subscribe so you can see more of these type recipes. We have been making a full-time living here on our organic farm since 1991. We need your support to continue our small family farm by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much.